Stellar date July 1st, 8927. Adjusted years. Location Sabrina, Coburn Station Trio. Region Trio System, Sylstrand Alliance Space. At 0600 hours, Sera sauntered onto the bridge and greeted Cargo, who was hunched over his console, finishing up departure plaswork. She handed him one of the 2 coffee cups she carried, and he absently took it, thanked her, and cast her an appraising look. "Forgoing the customary clothing matches your mood policy?" he asked. "I never break my clothing mood policy. I'm feeling good, but mellow. Blue fits." Cargo eyed her with suspicion. "This isn't like that one time you wore pink to fake us out, is it?" "How many times do I have to tell you? That was a dare from Cheeky." Sera set her coffee down and eased into her chair. "Checks went okay?" "Sabrina purred like a kitten, just like always," Cargo replied.
"Of course I did. When have I not?"
Sabrina asked. "Never, my dear," Sera replied with a smile. Cargo shook his head and swallowed his coffee in 2 quick gulps. "Tug is scheduled for 0845. I'm getting sick." He stood and left the bridge without even his customary morning stretch. "Is it something I'm wearing?" Sera called after him, laughing. Sera ran a hand down the tight leather skin suit covering her body. She spent a moment enjoying the tactile sensation before beginning her routine. The first order of business was finalizing the freight manifests and trade route they would take after the drop-off for Cade. When Cheeky came on duty at 0700, she took in her captain with a long, hungry look, unable to keep a hand from straying toward her captain's well-defined chest. Sera slapped it away. "There'll be none of that." "You are such a tease, Captain." Cheeky grinned as she sat at the pilot's console. Sera laughed. Cheeky was one to talk. She was wearing her customary departure uniform, little more than the day before, and a pair of sensible heels. Sera used Cheeky's arrival and coverage of the bridge to make a quick visit to the galley, followed by a final visual inspection of the ship. She returned an hour later to go through final checklists with the station. Departure tug charges were billed and their accounts were closed. Station umbilicus retracted, and station personnel confirmed inner seal on the dockside airlocks. At 0830, Sabrina broke hard connection with the station and floated in her berth, with only the station's security tethers still in place. The tug showed up on time and made a solid grapple to their bow anchors, pulling them gently away from Coburn Station. Sera felt a mild flutter in her stomach as they left station gravity, and their internal systems took over. "Coburn Tug 19 confirming successful undock," the tug pilot's voice announced over the comm.
"Free and clear, Tug 19,
Cheeky confirmed as the ship drifted away from the station. The tug maneuvered Sabrina out into their designated departure lane. For a relative backwater, Trio was a busy system. They took plotted courses and space traffic lanes very seriously.
"Oh, sweet mother!" Cheeky exclaimed. "Is he ever going to turn on his grav drive? If he uses thrusters to pull us all the way out, you should register a complaint."
Sera had dozed off. She stretched and checked the holo on her console. "He's still on thrusters? We're 1,000 clicks from the station. He could have turned on his grav drive at the 500 mark.
"Trio system law states that all outbound ships must use thrusters until only 1,500 kilometers from stations," Sabrina provided via the bridge's audible systems. "It's a recent change they made after some accidents."
"I guess that explains the size of that tug bill. Must take a pile of fuel to pull a ship that far on thrusters only." At the prescribed distance, the tug's gravity engines unfolded from its main body and activated. Because the graviton waves would disrupt the ship behind it, the engines extended far to either side of Sabrina before activating. "We could have been on a fusion burn by now," Cheeky complained, yawning with boredom over the long departure. "You may be a good pilot, Cheeks, but I don't relish the thought of being on a station where half those moron captains can turn on their fusion engines near me. I like my skin actually attached to my body." Cheeky made a dismissive sniff.
"You can always get new skin,
but lost time is gone forever." Sera laughed. "I'm still wearing my original birthday suit, thank you very much."
"Like I'd know. You never..."